We welcome in Kevin Harris into the eye of the hurricane. He is the rowing coach at the University of Tulsa. And you had your first regatta, and it was the head of the Oklahoma. How do you think the young ladies did?
It was solid. I think it was a good effort all the way around in our team. You know, as you know, Bruce, like when we do these fall regattas, it's about really trying to groove the team and to figure out different lineups and just kind of see how our training is going. And I think we're spot on. We had a good run. We finished third in the 8. Our freshmen, our youngsters went out there and finished second behind Alabama, which was a great race. And then we had our 4s that finished pretty well. You know, we were a little bit behind on Saturday where we have been in the past, but also I was pleased about that, believe it or not, because it was a way more competitive regatta. All the teams were much closer packed. So, you know, very pleased overall.
Yeah, you talk about the varsity 8, third, and that's third out of 17 boats. So,
yeah, right.
You know, that's not too bad, and you beat some pretty good boats.
Yeah, that was fun. That was good. You know, I was really happy with the way that we raced Alabama. Alabama did very well last year, and of course the number 2 team in the country, Texas, was there. And they were Texas. They went down and did pretty well. But to be ahead of SMU and Kansas and Oklahoma, I mean, that I thought was a good, solid piece. You know, SMU has gotten very good. We're going to be very tight all year, I suspect. So it's going to be, you know, sometimes a flip of the coin as to which of our teams is going to be better. You know, Kim Capini is a great coach, and they've got great athletes. But I'm a pretty good coach, and I've got pretty good athletes. So I think we're going to have a lot of fun competing with those guys this year.
Yeah, varsity 4, 6th out of 29 boats, so that's not bad as well. And the freshman 4 did a very nice job for you, right?
I was very pleased. I mean, you know, it's the first time that those guys had ever raced together, obviously, because they're brand new in the program. And they actually, it doesn't say it in the results, but we actually were impeded by another crew. Another crew stopped in the middle of the race course, and actually we ended up colliding with them. They got a penalty, and we were still able to carry off the medal. So, you know, kudos to my youngsters for staying cool and getting right back into the race. You know?
And then on the last day of competition, you get a sweep of the, they call it the 4X, but it's the quad.
The quad.
And that is 4 young ladies in the boat without a coxswain, right? Is that correct?
Right, and they each have 2 oars rather than when we sweep and there's only 1 oar.
Right.
And that's fun. I mean, that race is a fun race for us. It really is where I kind of pick the names out of a hat and I put them in it, and they're really racing against each other. So coming in 1, 2, and 3 was really good for them. They were very, you know, it was nice to see the banter as they were going out. It's the last race of the entire regatta. So it was good for them to go out and do that because we don't get to race that particular boat a lot. That boat is a lot of fun to race.
Sure.
But it's not part of the NCAA. And, you know, that's likewise true with the singles. You know, on Saturday we had 2 singles rowing. They each came in 4th in their events, which both freshmen, racing against some really great athletes from like the Oklahoma City High Performance Center, which is part of the U.S. rowing development. Mm-hmm. And on Sunday, we had singles that they all finished in a block, which I also appreciated. You know, having them come in, I think it was 4, 5, or 3, 4, 5, and 6, I think is the way they finished out of 17 or 18 boats. So again, that speaks to the training. And then with the pairs, I think kind of the same thing happened. So really happy with just the general tenor of everything that we did.
I was going to say, it's a building process. You continue to build for the spring, but you certainly made progress, didn't you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just good vibes from the team, and I think we're ready to start our next segment as we get ready for the next regatta.
Well, let's hope that next regatta does pull off, because there is some flooding, I understand, up in Kansas, but it's the Jayhawk Jamboree. You love going up there to the Sunflower State and competing up there. It's always fun.
Yeah, well, KU runs a great regatta, and then they return the favor a couple weeks later when they come down for the Tulsa Invitational. So we always like to go up and support their regatta. Plus, they're a great team. You know, the Big 12 is always hard for us. I mean, we were able to beat them last weekend. That doesn't mean we're going to be able to beat them next weekend, so we need to make sure that we continue our progress. I believe that Kansas and Oklahoma will both be there, and you know, it's always a dogfight when we get those guys together. So looking forward to that, and it's just time to go.
Absolutely. Coach, congratulations on Oklahoma City. Good luck up north.